guys, it's Anya from Nana Pants Fitness. Today I have a scapular and lats upper body workout for you. So we're gonna have 4 exercises that we're gonna go through 4 times through. And we're gonna do them for about 40 seconds with a 10 to 12 second break in between. All right, let's get started with that warm up. So today I decided we're gonna do our warm up down on the ground. So let's start just with those shoulder rolls, just rolling them backwards and forwards for about 20 seconds. We're just gonna roll those shoulders. It's gonna be a pretty good and quick workout today. All right, roll them forward one more time. And now we're gonna do an open the chest and then arch the back and curve it. Really getting a nice stretch deep through those shoulder blades. So open your arms up, really stretch that chest, and then arch the back and get a nice stretch through those shoulder blades. Do this about 2 more times. One more. Right, and relax. Now we're gonna go into a plank, and then we're gonna press back into child's pose. So holding that child's pose for just a moment, and then coming back out to that plank. Do about 2 or 3 more times, pressing back, getting a nice deep stretch, and then out to that plank. Last one here, pressing back. All right, and release. So let's get into those 4 exercises. All right guys, let's get into that scapular and lats workout today. So just make sure that if you need a longer warm-up, you're more than welcome to pause here and do a little bit more warm-up. If you're ready to go, then let's get starting with our standing rows. So I'm calling them standing, but I'm going to be kneeling just for the sake of the video. So whether you want to do it kneeling or standing, that's up to you. So feet or knees hip width apart. Now you're just going to press up to shoulder height and then back down. Making sure to contract that core. You're going to bring those arms up to shoulder height and back down. Just like this. Remember, we got 40 seconds on with a 10 to 12 second break in between. Making sure that core is nice and contracted. Right, 2 more, and last one. Right, slowly release those back down. Now we're gonna go into a full plank. So set those weights out to the side for just a moment. We're gonna get into that full plank. Remember, we're just holding it for 40 seconds. Pressing those hips up, and if you need to, you can always come down for a regression, which will be on those knees. Ready? Let's go. Making sure to contract that core, keeping those hips up but not like really high up, making sure that they're level, not drooping down. Making sure you're not holding that breath. You want to make sure you keep breathing. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back down, stretch it out if you need to. Now we're gonna come into a kneeling plank. Or, no, we just did that. A kneeling row. So we're just gonna start with one arm for this set. So you're going to kneel with the same arm that you're gonna be using, and that other leg is gonna be extended out behind you. So then you're just gonna pull that arm back into a row, up to that shoulder height, and back down. Making sure that palm is facing towards your body. And if you need to, you can rest that weight all the way down, or just keep a light hover. Making sure to keep that core contracted, and also make sure that you remember which arm you're using for this set, because we're going to do the opposite arm next time through. Good, we got 2 more. Last one. And release. All right, now set that weight out to the side again. Now we're going to go into T's. So this is going to be laying flat on your mat. You're going to bring your arms all the way out to the sides of you, very parallel with the floor. Make sure those thumbs are up, and you're gonna bring them all the way up, nice squeeze through those shoulder blades, and then lower them back down. You can also roll the mat and like rest your forehead on it if you need to. Making sure a nice tight squeeze, and slowly back down. All right, make it 2 more, pressing all the way up, hold, and down. One more time, all the way up, hold, and down. All right, guys, that is our first set all the way through. We have 3 more sets after this one, so we're gonna go ahead and grab those weights again. Right, so remember, we're gonna have that standing or kneeling row. So here we go, bringing those arms all the way up to our chest and slowly back down. Making sure that core is contracted. It's also important that you're making sure to use a weight that's going to be challenging for you, but also that you can keep your form with. So make sure form is always the most important. So once you get that down, you can always add weight to whichever exercise that you're doing. All right, let's do 2 more. Slowly up and slowly back down. 1 more. Slowly up and slowly back down. All right, set those weights off to the side, and now we have our full plank or kneeling plank, whichever one you choose to do. So press those hips up and let's get started. Make sure to contract that core and make sure that you aren't holding your breath. Make sure to keep those lungs open, breathing in and out. Good, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, next we're gonna grab those weights and we're gonna do that kneeling row on the other side. So grab one weight. So that opposite arm is gonna be planted down, and that leg that is with the weighted arm So that leg is going to be planted down as well. You're going to extend the opposite leg back from you. And then you're just going to start it up, bringing that arm up to shoulder height and back down. Making sure to keep those lungs open. Make sure you keep breathing. You want to breathe out on your way up and in on your way down. Making sure to keep that core contracted. We're getting a little bit of a core workout along with this upper body workout today. All right, 2 more, you got this. Bringing it up and slowly back down. 1 more, bringing it up and slowly back down. All right, set that weight off to the side and we're gonna have our T's. So we're gonna lie down on our stomach. Then we're gonna extend those arms directly out from our body, making sure those thumbs are up. Like I said, you can even roll your mat so that your forehead has a place to rest on. And then you're just gonna bring those arms up, squeeze, and slowly back down. Right, we got 2 more, pressing up, hold, and back down. Last one, pressing up, hold, and slowly back down. All right, so that is our second set that we have gotten through. We only have 2 more left. So make sure to get a drink of water if you need one, and then we're gonna hop right back into those standing/kneeling rows. All right, guys, let's start it back up with those standing rows. So feet hip width apart or knees, whichever one that you're doing. You're gonna bring those weights up to chest level and back down. Breathing out on your way up and breathing in on your way down. Make sure it's a nice, slow, and controlled motion. You don't want to be rushing through this. All right, last 2. And last 1. All right, set those weights off to the side. All right, so let's get into that full plank. Here we go, pressing those hips up, breathing in and out. Making sure to contract that core. Making sure to keep those hips up. We have about 5 more seconds, so we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, now we're gonna grab one of those weights and do the opposite arm that we did the last time through, or opposite from the last set that we just did. So remember, we're doing a kneeling row. So plant opposite hand, opposite knee, and the same hand that has that weight, that opposite leg is going to be extended back. All right, bring that shoulder, or bring that elbow up to shoulder height, and then back down. Breathing out on your way up and in on your way down. We got 2 more. Just pressing that elbow up and slowly back down. Last one. Slowly up and slowly back down. All right, set that weight out to the side and we're gonna go into those T's. So lying prone on the mat, bringing those arms directly out to your sides, thumbs pointed up. Gonna bring those arms up, hold for just a moment, and slowly back down. Making sure to breathe out on your way up and in on your way down. Make sure to hold and squeeze at the top range of motion and slowly back down. All right, last one. And slowly back down. Good. All right, guys, we have just one more set left. So let's get into those standing rows. So grab those weights, hop up onto those feet or onto those knees, and start it out. Bringing those arms up to shoulder height and back down. Making sure to contract that core, super important here. Breathing out on your way up and in on your way down. Last one here, up, and then slowly back down. All right, set those weights off to the side, and now we're gonna go into that full plank or kneeling plank, whichever one you prefer. All right, extend those legs out back behind you, and bring those hips, making sure that they're level with the floor. Making sure to contract that core here. Breathing in and out, making sure not to hold that breath. And if at any point you feel like you just can't go on, make sure you come down to kneeling before you completely quit it. Good, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release it back down. Now we're gonna grab one of those weights and we're gonna come into that kneeling row again. So making sure to do the opposite arm that you did last time. Remember, opposite hand and opposite knee are planted down, and that arm that has the weight, that opposite leg is going to come back and extend behind you. So here we go. Bringing that arm up to shoulder height and slowly back down. Breathing out on your way up and in on your way down. All right, guys, we got 2 more. Slowly up and slowly back down. Last one. Slowly up and slowly back down. Good. Now we're gonna set that weight off to the side and we're gonna come into our last exercise of our last set. So make sure to lie flat on that stomach, bringing those arms out to the side for our T. So we're making a T with our body, bringing those thumbs, pointing them up, bringing those arms up, hold, and slowly back down. Remember, last 40 seconds of this workout. Right, we got 2 more, guys. Bringing those arms all the way up, hold, and down. Last one, all the way up, hold, and slowly back down. All right, guys, that finishes up this workout. Now we're gonna go into a quick cool down and stretch. All right, guys, for that cool down, we're gonna start off with a cat-cow. So planting those hands and knees down on the mat, you're gonna arch that back up, getting a nice stretch through those shoulder blades. And then you're gonna arch that back the other way, getting a nice stretch through that torso and core. Yep. So arch that back, holding for just a moment or two, and then arch it the other way, getting a nice stretch through the front of that core. Do this a few more times. Right, last one, arching that back, and arching that back the other way to get a stretch through that torso. All right, now you're gonna keep those hands planted on the mat, and we're gonna press those hips up so we can come into a down dog. So try and get those heels to touch the ground. If they can't, that's okay. Just stretching that butt up, bringing that head through those arms, really pressing back in those heels. Just gonna hold here for just a moment, making sure to take a few nice deep breaths. All right, let's come back down to those knees. Now we're gonna do something called thread the needle. So I'm gonna come back to those hands and knees. You're gonna take one arm and extend it through that opposite arm and leg. So take that arm, thread it through the opposite arm and leg, and kind of just lie down on it. And you should get a nice stretch through the back of your shoulder and scapula. Just hold here for just a moment. Get a nice deep stretch. Make sure to take deep breaths in and out. All right, now let's do the other side. Take that arm and thread it through the opposite arm and leg. Taking nice deep breaths to get a nice stretch through that back, through the back of those shoulder blades. All right, and release. Thank you guys so much for joining me through this scapular and lats workout. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment what you'd like to see next, and subscribe for future videos. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.